Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. We have a nice little light fluffy story here because it's not political really in nature, but it does involve a politician. And it's the news, and hardly breaking news, but the news that Clan Ewing are looking for a new chieftain, a new chief of the clan. There hasn't been one since 1776. But there are calls now to reappoint a chieftain of the clan and carry on the tradition. After 250 years. They seem to have got on quite well without one, but hey, now, currently the favourite is an American guy, he's an author, but there are, I think, calls for someone, shall we say, closer to home. And I think you all know where this is going. So, should Fergus become chieftain? I mean, he's not looking to resign from politics just yet, I think, but when he does, it would give him something to do. It's not an onerous task. He gets to go skinny dipping on New Year's Day in Loch Ness. And, of course, at the Highland Games in the summer, he's the one that gets to pick the lucky number out of the Golden Haggis Lucky Dip. It's hardly hard work, but I think it's a nice little recognition and that he could do, have this, and I just think it's nice. Anyway, we'll take a look because it's just, like I say, it's just a nice little fluffy story, and it's just a little bit of feel good, and you need a bit of feel good, and it's a Wednesday, it's the midweek, so let's have a little something to raise us on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Here it goes. So here's a headline I didn't think I'd ever be reading. Clan Ewing to choose its first clan chief in 250 years. Could this be a job for SNP rebel Fergus? I think we all know he could do it, but he has a rival. John Thor Ewing, an American author and historian and current commander of Clan Ewing, is the frontrunner to be the first clan chief since 1776. But rivals are invited to submit their claims now. He would be an excellent clan chief, rather than some American who, whilst maybe of the line, doesn't have perhaps the cultural background of what it means, I think. I think it'd be funny, wouldn't it? Anyway, the warriors of Clan Ewing fought alongside Mary, Queen of Scots, at the Battle of Langside in 1566, and William of Orange at the Battle of the Boyne in 1690, where one Findlay Ewing was presented with a sword by the king for conspicuous bravery. But the Ewings have been without a clan chief since 1776, when Robert Ewing of Craytown died. Now the ancient clan is to appoint a new leader, at a family convention to be held simultaneously on both sides of the Atlantic later this year. Now, you've got this American guy, and who's currently commander of the clan, and that's fine. And then who else? There's a few contenders, perhaps, but I think really there's only one standout person who can possibly be clan chief. And if you think about Fergus, he's one of the very few people where even though you completely disagree with his views on the SNP and on, nationalism and things like that, you believe in the man. He's a respected, hard-working politician. He's someone who can unite all sides of the house. People from all parties like him, respect him. They'll disagree with him, but that's all part and parcel of politics. But he's not seen in anything other than an admirable light. And I think that is a quality that he would have as clan chief. And as I say, it's hardly a day job. You don't earn anything much from it. It's just you'll go along and be invited to things, and it's nice. And you get to cut a ribbon or two. That's basically all it is. It's a little something. It's a little, an amuse-bouche, if you like. It's just something that it's very nice, but it's very insubstantial. But it's an honour, Anyway, it's being organised by the commander of Clan Ewing, an American author and historian called John Thor Ewing. He is to put himself forward after saying it had not been possible to discover the rightful hereditary heir. However, he may not have considered Scotland's most famous branch of the clan, the nationalist political dynasty founded by the late Winnie Ewing, and currently represented by backbench SNP rebel Fergus Ewing and his sister Annabel. In a press release, the clan said, since our last family convention in 2014, Clan Ewing has been led by its commander, John Thor Ewing, and has grown in strength and recognition. but the institution of commander can only be an interim measure. The time has now come to appoint a chief. They didn't want to rush into it, you see. It's not the sort of decision you make quickly, and they felt that 250 years was about the right length of time. Steward of Gondor springs to mind. But anyway, the last known chief of the clan Ewing was Robert Ewing of Craytown, who's believed to have died in 1776. Since then, the line of descent has been lost, and it's not been possible to discover the heir to the chiefship by right of inheritance. So we've reached an impasse, and there's the American, who's got a very strange haircut. Bald at the front, party at the back. The Ewing Family Association is organising a new family convention to be held later this year, when, unless a hereditary claim it can be securely established, a new chief will be appointed by the clan. Well, you know, I think it's got to be Fergus, hasn't it? He is at least, you know, Scottish. It's got to be the Scots, surely. Anyway, eligible clansfolk who can't attend can vote in the new chief in advance. The association said, if you think you have a legitimate claim to be the chief of this historic clan, or if you wish to stand for election as chief, Clan Ewing would love to hear from you now, straight away, before it's too late. And here's some famous Ewings. Fergus, obviously we know. Annabelle, his sister, we know. Winnie, of course, remarkable woman. And John Ross. John Ross is probably the most famous of all the Ewings, isn't he? The Ewings of Balloch rose to prominence in Scotland in the 16th century, although as Presbyterian Covenanters they were at odds with the Stuart monarchy for much of the 17th century. And the clan supported the Campbells in the doomed Argyle rebellion against King James in 1685, and some of their estates were forfeited, with many Ewings leaving Scotland for Ulster and later crossing the Atlantic to the USA and Canada. And then they came back to be clan leader, which is what his plans are. There's a man who's desperate for fame. I'm going to say this, he can't be much of an author because I've never heard of him. I've never read anything he's written. So he's perhaps thinking, if I get this, get a bit more fame, might shift a book or two. But that's all very fine and pleasant, and I don't blind him. I'm happy for the grift. But he's your leader, isn't he? He's the only one. I can't see anyone else except him. If it is anyone else except him, it would be an absolute travesty. And as I say, he gets to do those little minor roles, cut the ribbon, turn up, wave a hand, and then, you know, sod off into whatever he's doing again. I like Fergus. Good on him, and good luck. Anyway, I'm going to round up and come up. It's, like I say, fluff piece, but whatever. Coming up. Yes, I know it's a light story. It's the sort of story you get at the back end of the news at 10, wouldn't you? You'd have Trevor McDonald going, and finally, and then you cut into something like this, a skateboarding duck or something. And this is this. This is a skateboarding duck sort of story, but I make no apologies for it. I liked it. And I think we can all agree that Fergus would make the best clan chief, wouldn't he? It'd be a nice way to end his political career. What the highlight of his political career, becoming the clan chief. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and we will move on to a more serious matter in the next video. So until then, thank you and goodbye.